Hello, Abdul Martin. Can you hear me? You're live. You're live. Hello, Abdul Martin. We can't hear you because your device is we can't hear you. Your device is muted. I'm muted, Abdul Martin.
Okay. Um, Hello and welcome to another app development class. So um, today we are going to be making another app. We are going to be creating another app, and the app is called let me check. Uh, Mole Mash. So as you can see on your screen, this is the app we built in the last class. Okay. Sorry, I think I'm hearing. Okay. Okay. So as in the last class we created this B app. Okay. So in this class we're going to be creating um, my project. Okay. So in this class we are going to be creating I hope you can see my screen. My
Yeah, hello, Abdul Martin. You might
Please, can
want
you
to
share the second screen so they can see my screen?
we can't see your screen at the back stage. So
Okay, no, I mean share the second screen. I joined with yet. Okay.
hello, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on, please. We can hear you.
Okay. So I want to share my screen now, as in you can add the screen of the laptop. Okay, so I think you can see my screen now. So this is the app we're going to build today. It's called the Mo Mash. So it's a game. What this game does is to once you click on this Mo, it increases the score. Yeah, so you can see our score is 0 right now. So I'm going to be showing you how we're going to be testing it. We're going to be testing the app. So once we click on our Mo will be moving around our screen. So once we click on it, our score is going to increase. Okay, so let's begin. So the first thing you're going to do is to go to appinventor.mit.edu. So go to appinventor.mit.edu. Are you all there? So this going to be what's showing on your screen. This app inventor website. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do now is to go to create app, then click on it. Then the next thing is to start a new project. Sorry about that. You can't use it on your phone, so don't use the app inventor on your phone. You can only use it on your desktop, on your laptop, on your desktop. So now I'm going to name um Mash. I'm giving it Momash 2 because I already have Momash on my laptop before. So if I give it Momash again, it's not going to accept that name. So you can name yours Momash. Okay, you mean it's not working on your PC? Just go to your Chrome browser and type appinventor.mit.edu. Okay. So after creating the Momash, the next thing is to what you're going to see on your screen is the palette, the viewer, the components, and the properties. Okay. So in this palette, you're going to see button, checkbox, date speaker, image. Then this is where we're going to be designing our app. So our components are going to be showing here. Our components of the app are going to be showing here. Then this is the properties for our components. For instance, if I drag my button here, you can see my button is in the viewer and the component, and I can design my button here on this property uh, place here. So if I want to increase the font size, I can just say, let's say 20, and you see the font should increase. Okay. I can also increase the height. Can use let's say 50 pixels. Then the width also. Okay, so let me start the process again. So let me start the process again. So the first thing is I'm going to create, I'm going to reopen another a fresh page. So go to app inventor mit.edu. Okay. So after going to appinventor.mit.edu, the next thing is to create, click on create app. So if you're a new user, it's going to redirect you to choose a email or sign in. So once we are here, shouldn't bring me, shouldn't bring, let me just, the reason why I'm here is because I've signed in before. So I'm going to try to log out so you can see the process from the beginning. Sorry, I'm trying to log out from this. Okay, sign out. Okay, so I just logged out from the app inventor. So I'm going to show you the process all over again. So after going to the appinventor.mit.edu, okay, so the next thing to do is create app. So as you can see, it brought me to choose an account. So if you have an email on your system before, it's going to bring you here so you can choose an account to sign in, or else you have to sign in with your email so you can sign in to the app inventor. So I'm going to choose email now. Choose an email. So after that, it's going to bring me here. Then the next thing is start new project. Click on start new project when you're here. It's automatically open the last project I was in. That's what this app inventor does. But since you don't have any projects before, it's not going to open anyone for you. You can just create a new project, just start a new project. Okay, so give the project a name. I'm going to give it a name now. Momash. Yes, you can only run this on your browser, David. You can only run this on your browser. Okay, so you can use any browser, but preferably use Google Chrome. Okay, so I hope you are all are following me. You all are getting the process. So let me give it a more mash. More mash game. Okay. So it takes me to a new screen. It's um Ayuade, what you need to do is just close that tab, reopen your Google Chrome, and start again. Yes, it's either the network or something is wrong with your browser. Just close the browser, reopen it, and type in appinventor.mit.edu. Okay, Ayuade. So it brings you here. So you can see the user interface, the components, the properties, and the viewer. So this viewer is where we're going to be designing. Okay. After the design, sorry, I'm having coming. Try it's not opening my full screen. So I'm trying to get it to open my full screen. Okay. I don't know why that's not showing my full screen. Okay, it's going to show my full screen now. Okay, so I hope you all can see my full screen. So the next thing to do now is you can see I'm clicking on blocks now. So it's going to take me to a new place. So on these blocks, this is where we're going to be coding our functionality. Like I said in the first class, I said App Inventor uses blocks. So you don't have to they already program some functionalities inside a block. So what you need to do is just to take that block and insert it in this viewer to code the functionality of your app. Okay, so I'm going back to design now. So the first thing for this Momash, as you can see in this place. Okay, let me close this too since I don't need them again. Okay, so the first thing for this Momash is to get um a picture, so a background for your Momash. So the first thing we're going to do is to get a background. So you can see this media over here. It's to store all our pictures, videos, sound, audio, anything we want to store pertaining to media is you're going to store it here. So I'm going to upload files, choose file. Then I have some files I'm going to upload into our app. You can just go to Google and search for maybe uh, a more game background. So this is the one I'm going to be using. I'm going to open okay. So I'm going to be uploading our Mo to. I'm going to be uploading our Mo. So Mo open. Okay. So I have uploaded our Mo. So the next thing to do now is to bring in so The next thing to do is to bring in a canvas. Okay, so I have a canvas here. So this canvas, what it does is just I want to put an image in this canvas. So an image is going to be stored here in this canvas. So let's change the functionality. Okay, so are you there? I hope you are okay now. It's all working and you can follow the steps I said before. Okay, so after getting our canvas, first thing to do now is to just go to this screen component, and I want to change the text to more mash. So let's go here, over here, and change our text to more mash. So once I click on enter, it changes our title to more mash. Let me increase my screen so you can see very well. So you can see down here in this property at title, over here I changed it to more mash. Well, are you idea which browser are you using? Is it Chrome also? So you have to if you have other browsers, you can try using other browser. I don't know what to do. So try. Okay, you can do that. And if you have other browser, you can try other browser. Maybe it will work. Maybe it's a browser problem. Or try restarting your laptop and your network. So let's go to our old um so I want to go to okay. So as you can see, we have a background on our canvas. So let's go and give our canvas a background. Um, okay, for Anthony, you don't need to download. The only app you need to download is to test your app inventor. Is to test your app inventor app. So you just need to download MIT App Inventor Companion. That's just to test, just to know if your app is working or not. So that one is not for coding, it's not for coding your app. is just to test if your app is working. So the one on Play Store serves as just like an emulator to test if your app is working. I'm also going to be showing you when we are done. So when we are done with it, I'm going to be showing you how to test your app. Okay, so let's go to our canvas and change some properties. So I'm going to be giving it a background of game screen.png. Okay, as you can see, our background have changed. Okay, so as you can see, our background have changed. So the next thing to do now is to give our canvas, oh, we can make the weight, we can change the, let's change the weight to few parents. Okay. Oh, my screen isn't clear.
Hello, Abdul Mateen. You are muted. You are muted. We can't hear you. Abdul Mateen, unmute your mic, please. Unmute your mic, please. Mr. Abdul Mateen, unmute your mic. Hello, Mr. Abdul Martin. You need to unmute your mic. We can't hear you. Your mic is muted. Unmute your mic. We can't hear you. Mr. Abdul
Okay, okay.
Martin, unmute your mic.
Okay, the mic is unmuted.
Okay, fine. With your screen mic is also muted. Unmute it.
Okay, I hope you can see that now. So the next thing we're going to do is go to media and bring in sound. So why we are bringing in this sound is because we want once we click on this mode, we want it to vibrate, we want it to make a sound. So that's why we are bringing in this sound. So in our functionality, we're going to code that. So once we click on this mode, on this image sprite, we're going to um get a sound. So first thing to do now is to let's go back to our image sprite and rename it. We don't want it to be an image sprite one. So let's rename it to Mo. Okay. And let's click on OK. So another thing is to bring in, so now we are going to be designing our score. So we want it to show our score. So go back to user interface and bring in the label. I don't want my label to be there. So I'm going to bring my label down. Yeah, okay. So my label is down there. Let me change my, I have to make this scroll so that I can scroll down to design that. So to make your phone scrollable, just click on the screen, click on this screen here, just click on anywhere around the screen. So on the screen property, just go down and click on this scrollable. So it makes your screen scrollable so you can see other things. Okay, so now for my label one, let's rename the label. So I'm going to be naming this score. I'm going to be naming this label score. Okay. So now I'm going to change the font size to 20. Let's change it to 20. So you can see that I want it to be bold. So I'm going to click on this bold property. So you can see property is just a property of our label, is a property of the label. So this font bold, so I'm going to click on it. If I click on font italic, it's going to make my font italic, but I don't want that right now. So I'm going to be changing the text of my label. I don't want it to show text for label. So I'm going to be writing score there. So I want it to show the score text. So as you can see, it's showing the score text. Okay. So after that, I'm going to be bringing in another label and also changing the text. I think this, so I'm going to be changing, yes, let's change the font to 20 also. 20. Okay. So I'm going to be changing the text to, so I'm going to be changing it to 0 by default. So I want it to be 0 by default. because once I click on this more, I want this text to change. This text over here, I want it to change. So once I click on this more, I want my text to change also. So I hope you all are getting me. Okay. So you all can just work with it. You can change the color also. I'm not changing the color right now, but you can change the color. So now the next thing to do is I want my score and this text here, this score text here, and this zero text here to be on the same line. So I don't want it to be like this, because you all know it's going to show is score to this zero here. So the next thing is go to layout, click on horizontal arrangement, and bring it to your screen. Okay, so horizontal arrangement, bring it to your screen. Then drag this inside here and drag this inside here also. As you can see, it's on the same line now. You can see it's on the same line now. Okay, so you can see on this one over here, this is the one I have completed. You can see that where the score is. The score is in the middle. So let's take our score to the middle. So I didn't label this. So let's change the name of this label to points. Let's change it to points. Okay, so click on OK and it changes to points. So this is just the component. This is just changing the name of the component. So when we are coding the functionalities, we can use this name instead of the name it came with. So I've changed it to points. I want this my score, so I'm going to click on the score. I want it to be in the middle. So go to text alignment and go to center one. So it's in the middle in that box. It's in the middle. So, and also my score too. I want it to be in the middle too. So in that score box, the 02 is in the middle. So let's go back. Let's go to our horizontal alignment and make the width full fill parent. Okay, so we've made the width fill parent. Oh, okay, so that's it. Okay, so let's go back to our score and go back to, you can see it's in the middle in that box, but now we have made our sorry, coming. Width, let's change the width. So we have, I'm changing the weight to fill parent. I'm changing the score weight to fill parent. So you can see the score is in the middle now. The score is in the middle now. So I'm going to point to and changing the weight to fill parent. Okay. So as you can see, that's how it is. Is it better this way, or should we make it like this? So I need you to comment on that. So Sorry. So is it better our score should be this way, or should we um code it to, should we design it and make it like this? Which one is better? Which one do you prefer? So I need you to comment now on that so I can continue with the next one. So before that, uh so before that, go to your sensors in the palette. So you're going to see a sensor box. So click on that sensor box and bring in the clock. We're going to need it. So you can see the clock and the sound are down here because they are non-visible components. Okay, so non-visible components. So they aren't visible, so they are not going to be showing here. So we just need that to code our app. So what we need this clock to do is this mode is going to be moving all about our app. So it's going to be moving from one place to another. So this clock, we need this clock to time it. So it's going to use, maybe we set it to 1 minute. So you need to use 1 minute here before moving to the next place, before moving to the next place. Okay. So I'm getting the completed one is better. So let's code the completed one. So this I'm going to click on the point, go to the property, and see the property, text align, then left. Then this one also, click on the score, then text align right. So you can see. Then the next thing is changing the background, for the horizontal arrangement. So I'm going to be changing the background to black. As you can see, once I change the background to black, I can see the text again. So go to your score back. So go back to your score and change the text color to white. As you can see, we can see it now. Then go to your point, also change the text color to white. Okay, so that's it. And also go to your screen, so you can just click on this here and change okay, so change the background color. You can see the background color after the app name. You can change the background color to black too. So let's change the background color to black. So that's it. So you can see it's already looking like our app here. It's looking like this, already looking like this. So the next one to do now is to code our button, to design our button. For that app, I think the score is a little bit bigger. So let's make it bigger. Let's give it a font size of 25. I think that should be okay. So 25 is okay. Go to your point and make it 25 also. So 25. Okay. So now the next thing is to bring in our button. So go back to your palette, go to the user interface and bring in your button. Our button should be below. So our button is here now. Okay, so let's see how our button is looking like in our app. So we have the gray background, the new game text, and with a blue font color. So we aren't changing the background, we're just changing the text of our button. So we are in the button. So now just change the text to new game. So our text have changed to new game. Change the text color to blue. So that's it. Then change. Let's make it the font bolder. Okay, and we're changing the to let's give it a font size of 20. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so that's our button for you. I think so. That's all. Button. So 20. Okay, so let's change the width to 150 pixels. Okay, so that's, and if we want it to be rounded a little bit, we can change this. You can see here, we can change the shape to oval, default, rounded. You can leave it like this. If you want this, you can see it a little bit. It looks cool. So I'm trying to look for other properties of the. Okay, so the text color, the text, everything is in place. Everything is in place. Okay. So now the next thing to do is to uh, code our functionality. So that's the next thing for us to do now, is to code our functionality. Okay, we need one more thing, the text to speech. Yeah. So to get your text to speech, just go to your media and drag in your text to speech. Why we need that is to for when we complete our game. So once we complete our game, we want it to say maybe you won or not. Okay, so once we complete our, you see the text to speech also is not a visible component. Okay, course and reason, we don't have the time now, so let's just continue so we can code our functionality. Okay, so let's just go with this. So now I'm going to make my screen smaller, then go to blocks. So let me show you how the blocks is. So we don't need a restart. Yes, we're going to get sound. We're going to get sound. So the vibration is the sound. This the restart is the new game. So we don't need the restart button again. So once we click on the new game, it should automatically restart. Okay, so it should automatically restart. So now we are in our blocks. So as you can see, this is our blocks. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is code the mole. So let's go to our block and code the mole. So just go to your mole. Once you're in your blocks, you can see these blocks here and the viewer. So you can drag in just like in your Scratch programming, you can drag from this to this. So if you did a Scratch, you know that you can drag from here. You will see some blocks here, then you can drag it here. So we're coding our functionalities now. So let's drag in. So click on the mole, then drag in. So scroll down, then drag in when mole is touched. You can see that. So when mole is touched. So when we touch our mole, what should happen? Okay. So now we have here we said when mole is touched, we should call the sound, then set the score, this blah 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 blah. So we're going to do all that. Sorry, trying to okay, so now when mole is touched, we want okay, so we want to call our sound dot vibrate. First thing you can see, just yes, just like a scratch, just like a scratch. So we want to call our sound. So how many milliseconds do we want it to vibrate? So now we need our math, then drag in this zero here, and we want it to vibrate for 0.05 seconds. So we're going to write 500. So this is milliseconds. So 500 milliseconds means 0.5 seconds. Okay. So the next thing is go to your clock. So when clock dot timer do this. So let's go to our design back and go to click on our clock. Okay, so I set this time interval to 1 minute. This is 1000 milliseconds, so this means 1 minute. Okay, so go back to your blocks, then bring in when clock dot timer means when the clock reaches 1 minute, what should it do? We want it to move randomly. So we're we're going to call the canvas dot height. We're going to bring in the canvas dot height. We need the canvas dot height, and go to click on canvas again. We need the canvas dot width. Okay. Sorry, um, trying to get something. Okay. So once the timer gets to this, click on the more. So we are going to call the more. So I'll soon round up with this so we can continue in our next class. So let me just give it some functionalities so you can go and test it. So call more to move. Okay. So we're going to call more to move from random integer. So we want the move to move randomly on our screen. So once this clock the timer reaches the time, which is 1 minute, we want it to move from the x-axis, the x-axis, that's like this, the that's horizontally, and the y-axis. So I'm going to duplicate this. Then we want it to move from 1 to the canvas dot height, and we want this to move from, sorry, this is for this dot height, that's vertically, and this is horizontally. So want the this thing to move from so let's just test this. Let's test this. So I'm going to, so you can just I thought I would be able to share my screen on my phone, but I can't. I don't think I can do that right now. So what you need to do is go to, just download the MIT companion, go to this connect, then AI companion, connect your phone to your laptop. Just switch on your phone hotspot and switch on your laptop Wi-Fi, connect it. Then once you click on AI companion, it will bring this code here. You're seeing here this code. You can just write it on your email, your MIT companion, and you can test your app. So that is how to test your app. So now these functionalities are just to this one here is to make the mole move randomly, and this one here is to make the mole vibrate when it is touched. So once you touch your mole, it's going to vibrate. So that's why we needed the sound. Okay. So that is for those. I don't need this, so I'm going to delete. This. Okay. I really wished I can share my screen on my phone so you can see how it's just like Scratch but with a little bit of difference. Okay. So in Scratch you don't have the all this design and stuff. In Scratch there's a little bit of it's a little bit of there's different designs for Scratch. So this has a little bit of you say palette, viewer, component, properties. Scratch is designed in another way. So there's just a big difference in this and Scratch. So this is where you code your functionality. So if you want to add more functionality, you can add functionalities. Like for this button, I can bring when our button is clicked. So just like in Scratch to you see that. So when our button is clicked, what do I want it to do? So text to speech, call text to speech to speak a message. So if I wanted to speak a message, maybe I get, you can see in this place, let me just show you before we round up. So I'm going to round up now. So I said when mole is touched, call sound dot vibrate, then set score to this dot. You see, so just set the score. That score I named it the score before. Though mine is the other one is in point, so I named it point, but this one I named it score. So I said set. So you're going to say set point dot text to score dot point dot text plus one. So if you understand what I mean. So once you click on that mode, it's in zero before. So our score dot text will be in zero. So plus one will increase the score. Okay, so I say if score dot text is equals to 10, you should increase the timer. So set the clock to 700 millisecond. That's 0 point. So it's going to get faster once you reach a certain score. So if I reach 20, it's going to get more faster. If I reach